Check this out, gang. Oh, this is too much. I'm busy resting, right? And it comes to me in the most succinct terms what the problem was that originated this whole fiasco between my brother and myself. Losing my son, being kicked out of my mother's home in Studio City, had nothing to do with my nudity. It was because I was on the verge of starting a family with somebody of a lesser class. It's a class war between my brother and myself and anybody else who didn't approve of Samantha and me getting together. And we've had plenty of people say that. We had the supervisor of our social worker, in charge of the confiscation of our son. We had the police with a social worker come to our door before our son was even born. Tell Samantha to her face they did not approve of this family that I was starting. And then we have my brother. We have neighbors who didn't like Sam. A lot of people hated Sam. Why? Because it's a class war. In today's world, for some reason, that's very important. Almost all the people on our floor, floor number 4, at Ed Edelman Children's Court, waiting to go into court, were all poor, with the exception of about 2 people. A star, who happens to be a celebrity, I won't say who. If I keep saying this, I'll eventually forget who it was. And somebody else, you could tell, the way they're dressed, and they come in with a very high-class dressed attorney, their own attorney, not the one given by the court. Everybody else was poor. Half the people didn't belong there, or more than half. And they were clueless why they were there. The other portion, sizable but not half, had a good reason to be there. But not even half. It's a class war. And this is, it is probably why there are so many people there. Because even the class war is not just between my brother and myself, but he outsourced it to an agency who actually specializes in class war, a bureaucracy. Not the DMV, but Children's Court, Child Protective Services, Social Services. Unbelievable. It's a class war because I was starting a family with somebody from a lower class. And my brother, the only thing he admitted to was, well, the trust cannot support your son. But what if my current trustee, who replaced my brother as the prior trustee, is giving money to my son's foster family? Why else would my trustee claim I'm spending over $4,000 a month? Yet I have the proof in my bank statements to prove that I'm not. Not even close. Not even close. Where's the money going to? And I don't get an accounting, so I don't know. But a class war. I'm repeating myself, I'm sorry. I don't have anything to say on this, but it's so simple. It's so simple. Simply because I was getting together with somebody of a lesser class. And who is he with now? With a wannabe middle class who wants to be, looking good. And they are. They're looking good. Until I attack them by sending information to their church about what's going on. Some of it was made up. No different than what they did in Children's Court, really. And they're complaining, but they attacked me. You see, it's all about competition. So, class war. The wannabes who are struggling to be the middle class, and maybe slightly above, certainly not lower middle class, but, middle class with distinction. Let's put it that way. Regardless of where they are, right? Middle class with distinction. My son's foster father, past president of a church. Middle class with distinction. A bunch of wannabes. They're busy engaged in a class war. So it was perfect choice for taking on my son. Because it's exactly the agenda that my brother had instigated. Exactly. But I didn't get it. Because I'm not into that. I'm not into that. I couldn't care less. But it's good to know. You know, I knew my brother had a mafioso mentality, but my brother involved with the mafia? I don't think so, but he had the mentality. Loyalty first to the lies, to cover them up. The family lies. Because that's all you can do when the family lies together. It has to stay together or the lies fall apart. But that doesn't tell me the motivation, though. That just tells me the behavior, which was, succinct phraseology of putting the behavior pattern in a succinct phrase or image, metaphor, whatever. But the motivation, it didn't tell me the motivation. But a class war in which the middle class are struggling to maintain, acquire, and improve a class distinction, to be to appear to be meritorious in their class, in their middle class. If they can't, because this is how they squeeze extra mileage out of their middle class, and maybe bump them up slightly. It's not going to make them millionaires, but short of that, to be honorable, to be, highly respected, that just adds extra schmaltz to the middle class distinction. Schmaltz is chicken fat. It's in the old country. It's what you would add to soup to give it more saftig, put meat on your bones, more satisfying. I'm sorry, I'm using Yiddish from my grandmother. So that's it. It's a class war. It boils down to, and anybody who engages in it is trying to improve their own status. Anybody who gets involved, anyone, and I mean anyone, who's not an outsider, but anybody who takes the side of my opposition, because it is merely competition, it has nothing to do with, go back to your brother, he loves you. This is what some of my cousins told me. Because that's what they do. So they didn't see it as a war against me. At least they didn't present it. It's just a war against appearing to be poor. See, that they wouldn't dream of wanting to go there. On God's earth, they wouldn't even dream of doing anything to risk their status. So they were looking for me to dump Sam. Isn't that what I ended up doing? I didn't plan it. I freaked out. I was all alone on the side of a mountain. I freaked out. I mean, I did leave her before that, that's true. But I left L.A. and I haven't gone back. Which, according to public policy of the city attorney of L.A., I'm sure it figures into their business very nicely. Yeah, I have no desire to go back. I have no need to. I'd have to be a multimillionaire to be able to pay my way back. What? To cushion me, And that doesn't look forthcoming anytime soon, and why would I want to go back? There'd have to be a reason. Service, usually. That's the only good reason. Any other reason would not be a good reason. What's there that I need? It's given me a lot of service. Actually, there are nice people. Well, actually, there used to be more, but he left. See, all because I didn't go back. So there are less nice people there. There's some. There are a few, a handful. But I don't need the stress. So there you have it, class war. Wow. Yeah, unless I appeared to be better than the people who got me shoved into this position, there's no point in me going back. So there you go. That's the answer to my dilemma, is I have to look better than my accusers. Good luck at this point. Because I'm not doing anything. How could I, work a miracle? Wave my magic wand? And would I want to? No, I wouldn't want the karma of doing anything to improve my situation, to make it look better than my accusers. So I'm kind of stuck the way I am. Unless it's in the cards for that to happen, by no effort on my part, directly speaking. No, I simply do what I want to do, when I want to do it, and how I want to do it. And it's true, I am trying to make myself look better by trying to contribute to society, because I recognize that that's the way people look at me, that I owe them something. I don't know anybody anything, and yet it's the world we live in is a bunch of wannabes. We're surrounded by a bunch of wannabes who think they deserve, the kissing heaven. Ever. I just use what I have, and if I don't have it, I don't use it. It's that simple. Make use of. So I'm not very good at protecting people, which is probably why I lost the two people in my life that I wanted to form a family with. But I only left my ex because she was freaking out. She didn't do it out of meanness. She didn't even remember doing it. That's how bad off she was. But safety first. I stayed with her as long as I could, which was quite a long time, considering how long that went on. So, and I'd helped her out as best I can when I could, but now I can't even help her out except talk to her. I can't even do that. I have to chat to her. It's the best I can do. When you have no money, you make do. So, it's a class war. Amazing. And it's merely to make those who war look good. That's all. It has nothing to do with morality. It's just to ensure they look good on their resume, or on their social status, among their whatever, that they have to look good towards. It's all. Just an image thing. It's amazing that it becomes a family thing, and then gets legalized with a legal rubber stamp. Unbelievable. And I never would have, when I think about it, my mother started this. I never would have thought of it. Because I don't look at things this way, I'm not unbelievable. Works very well. Oh, he's the idiot, He's the idiot of the family, so we're still looking good. Mazel tov. Oh, it's good to laugh at human misery, isn't it? Isn't it the peach? Isn't it the peach? It's the only way to deal with it. There's no solution. Just laugh at it. It's ridiculous. So laugh at it. And if any of you can laugh with me, mazel tov. Okay, enough said.